Hello, today the Fintech Power 50 is at Money20 Europe. My name's Tom, and today I'm joined with Alberto Guerra, CEO of Uniteller. Alberto, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, Tom. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So I think the best way to start off with is by just giving those of the viewers who don't know a little breakdown about what it is Uniteller does.
Of course. Well, Uniteller is a cross-border payment processor and solution provider. So we specialize in cross-border payments and network aggregator, digital services capabilities. We're licensed across multiple countries all around the world. We have a distribution network of over 125 countries. So a very solid payout network for the payment of cross-border transactions, both P2P and business transactions. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So obviously cross-border payments are a very important topic and they're a very popular topic at the moment. Obviously Uniteller have their own white label solutions for cross-border payments. What can you tell us about these solutions?
Yeah, Tom, we believe we're an industry leader in providing what we call digital as a service solutions. So our capabilities, white label capabilities, have allowed us to offer turnkey solutions to multiple financial institutions, corporations, fintechs that require or have the need to provide a cross-border payment solution to their customer base. So our turnkey solution not only comprises of the front ends that we have mobile front ends, web services front ends, point of sale terminal front ends, but also all of the infrastructure, compliance, regulatory capabilities, licensing, consumer protection requirements. So all of that we offer into our solution. Also, as part of our digital as a service capabilities, we also provide API integration solutions so that if a company already has, let's say, a front end, and they can leverage their front end and integrate into our platform so that they can offer cross-border payment solutions to their customers. So at the end of the day is the capability that Uniteller offers companies that are not licensed, that do not have the need or to invest large amounts of money into building a cross-border payment platform. They can come to us, leverage on what we already built, and again, either we provide a full turnkey solution for them, or we integrate through our APIs to their platform. So I think our flexibility in terms of what we offer them, in terms of the solutions that we provide, as well as on the transparency of the pricing and of the cost to the consumers and to our partners, is what makes our offering very appealing to many institutions.
Okay, so obviously you said that it's a market-leading solution. What is it that you can tell us that sets Uniteller's solutions apart from other offerings in the market?
So what sets us apart is you have a lot of companies in the industry that have solutions, digital solutions, but most of their solutions it's only for their customers, for their P2P transactions. What sets us apart is the flexibility and capability that we have to adapt and adjust to our corporate partner needs. As I said, we're fully licensed in the US, we're fully licensed in Canada, we're fully licensed across other countries in LATAM, the main countries in LATAM. So at the end of the day, that capability of providing a multi-regional solution for cross-border payments is very unique in the industry. In particular, in the US. In the US, you have to be licensed all across the 50 states of the US and the DC in order to provide a full country-wide solution. And it's not easy for a new fintech or for a new company to have access to the distribution in terms of regulatory and compliance capabilities. So I think that sets us apart, and the way we offer and the way we get requests from our big corporate clients is very unique in terms of how we have been adapting to them, and now we have a track record that allows us to show them, hey, we're not new at this. We already have such and such company on board, which have similar business models than you. take advantage of and leverage on the experience that we have. So.
Okay, great. And obviously, two of the things that you alluded to, which are really important, is sort of the regulatory compliance and security. How does your platform sort of ensure this, especially when there's such a sort of fragmented regulatory landscape right now?
Yeah, and that's a very good point, Tom. You have to be very, very careful on how you present at the end of the day the solution to the final user, to the final consumer. We've been through multiple audits. In the States, you have multiple state audits. All of the major states and even other states audit you on a regular basis, making sure that you're fully compliant, their local law as well as the federal law in terms of money transfer. There's also federal agencies that also monitor you in terms of anti-money laundering and consumer protection. So at the end of the day, these capabilities, it has to be very unique and very solid. And what we do as a group in investing heavily in making sure that we have a top best-in-class compliance program is key for us to deliver these services. And for our partners to understand that they are partnering with a company that is very capable in ensuring that their programs are going to be there for the long term.
Great. And for new clients looking to enter the payments market, how can Uniteller help them address some of the major challenges that they might encounter when trying to enter the market?
Yeah, there are multiple ways. We were just talking about compliance. The compliance expertise and know-how that you need to have to provide cross-border payment services successfully is very, very extensive. And that, I think, it's one of the key elements of how we solve this barrier to entry that some of the companies that want to offer cross-border payment services have. The other thing is the distribution network. It's not about just going out and building a network, but it's about building an efficient distribution network. So it takes time and effort to connect to multiple networks around the world and to have enough volume through these networks to have good pricing that you can transfer that good pricing of that cost to your final consumers. So that also is a huge barrier of entry. If you are a new fintech institution and you want to build a cross-border payment solution and you go out and start building a network, first of all, the main payers or the main networks, they're going to look at you and say, but how much volume do you have? And probably they will not prioritize your product into their network until you build up a volume. So it's like a chicken and egg kind of situation where you need volume, but you need a network to provide that volume. So having access to that network at a good competitive pricing is also another big solution that we provide. And again, the know-how of the front end. Right now, the front ends in cross-border payments are becoming very specialized. And if you want to ensure that you keep and that you have a good customer retention, you need to provide an excellent service, an excellent front end. The journey of the customer from onboarding to placing a first transaction is very, very unique. And you need to be able to have a top-end solution that makes sure that the final consumer feels comfortable in providing their personal information, their bank account information in order to place a transaction. So there's a lot of elements that need to be in place. And I think on that end, at Uniteller, we're very comfortable about all of our platform in terms of providing an excellent solution towards that end.
Great, and I think you've given us a fantastic overview of that solution. And with that in mind, can you give us any sort of specific examples of times you've successfully implemented your white label solutions in the cross-border payments market?
Sure, there are multiple financial institutions, especially when you look at the corridors, let's say from North America to LATAM or to Southeast Asia. You have a lot of institutions in Latin America and Southeast Asia that they already have a customer base in their countries because they are making the payments of remittances. So for them, what they used to do 20 years ago was to go to the US, go to Canada, and set up brick and mortar locations to offer the sending of the transaction to the customers in the US. But that became very expensive eventually, so you needed to hire people, you needed to set up a licensing, you needed to rent a lease allocation. So at the end of the day, especially if you wanted to provide a very competitive product, that became very, very expensive. So eventually these companies turned into digital, and that's where we fit in. So a lot of banks in Latin America have partnered with us. Banks in Central America, we have the top banks in Honduras, in Guatemala. We have banks in Peru that are using our services. We're talking to banks in Colombia. So a lot of institutions have partnered with us. In the Philippines, we also have banks and financial services companies like pawn shops using our services. So that's one set of institutions that are approaching us. Another is fintechs that are either in the US or foreign based that want to have a solution in the US. Some of them, like the neobanks, that probably have a wallet or a debit card, and that they want to provide remittances as an extended solution to their wallet. That's another huge niche of companies that have approached us. So our offering is very comprehensive. We're trying to make sure that it's very flexible so that we can have a great solution, either if you're a fintech, a new fintech, if you're a telco, if you're a neobank, or if you're a financial institution in any country that is a recipient of this type of transactions and you want to have a sending solution in, let's say, North America. So at the end of the day, our challenge is to become the best solution for them.
Okay, perfect. And finally, how do you envision the cross-border payments market and just cross-border payments in general evolving in the near future?
Yeah, I see companies, continue to moving into the digital space. Probably, we see consolidation in the industry, companies becoming more global, and also companies that were not before in the as a service component of the equation becoming more open to offering as a service solution. So we do see a lot of that coming. We also see cross-border payments moving away from being a single product in an app to becoming a product within a bundle of financial services in more sophisticated apps. So we do see those trends. The use of AI, of course, is going to be huge in how you can get the most from your customers in terms of dedicated solutions, in terms of pricing, in terms of simplifying the transition of onboarding, and simplifying the transition of placing a transaction. So we do see a lot of improvements in the customer experience, a lot of that with the use of technology, the use of machine learning tools. So definitely a lot of growth and very exciting to see how this continues to evolve.
Yeah, it is. It's a very exciting space, and we'll be keeping a keen eye on it for sure. But that concludes the interview today. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been really interesting, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Money 2020.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, and yeah, it's going to be an exciting conference.